Good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
How are you doing today?
I'm hanging in there. How about yourself?
Good. So first, tell us your name, your town, and your running age group.
Okay, my name's Adam Fleisher. I'm from Glastonbury, and my age group is 50 to 59. Yes, I hit that magic age group finally.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
A little about myself. I started running in 2014. My kid and my wife got me into running. Debbie was part of Glastonbury River Runners and did the 55K program.
Oh, wow.
Which is now called Get Ready to Move.
Yeah. Get
Ready to Run. I volunteered at the Fill the Pantry race in 2013. Michelle was doing the kids group.
Yeah.
And in 2014, Michelle got me into running.
All right.
And I met Aaron from Achilles.
Yeah.
And I did the, was it Firecracker 5K in 2014?
Yeah.
And I was hooked. And, since then, I've been progressing up distances. I've done everything from a 5K to a 100-mile race.
Wow.
Yes, so.
All right, so the last time I was here, you was doing the 100 mile.
Yes.
That was, so tell us, so first, how you feeling today and what we doing today?
We're walking today. I have 4 different autoimmune diseases.
Okay, yeah.
And the worst of it is Crohn's.
Yeah.
But I have Crohn's, Raynaud's, that's why I'm all gloved up and tons of clothes because I freeze real easily.
Yeah.
Arthritis and Barrett's esophagus.
Wow.
With Raynaud's, I get vertigo.
Yeah.
So if my ears aren't warm, I go to the floor.
Wow.
Yeah, it's bad.
Wow.
So,
wow. Sorry to hear that. That's a lot to do.
With arthritis, the knees cramp up.
Yeah.
And with Barrett's, I have bad acid reflux. So I'm fighting a Crohn's flare-up.
Yeah.
So right now, I haven't been able to run for the last like 3-4 months.
Wow.
So for me, just get out and do some walking is the main goal.
That's good. Just keep moving. Yeah. Just keep moving. That's good.
It was a Firecracker 5K.
Yeah.
It was in Glastonbury.
Yeah. How was that race? I mean, how was the first time you?
Actually, I wasn't supposed to be in that race. I'm taking off my glasses, they're fogging up.
Yeah.
I wasn't supposed to be in that race. Debbie was supposed to take Michelle, and Debbie had to work at the gym. Yeah. And no one could cover the class. So Debbie's like, just go have Michelle do it, and wait for Michelle to end. Yeah. So I took Debbie's bib, transferred it to me, and I walked the race with Michelle. Yeah. In the last 1/10, Michelle takes off running. I couldn't keep up. I'm like, But it was a fun race. We finished 42 minutes and I don't know how many seconds. Yeah. So I was thrilled because it was under an hour. All right. Well,
you finished it and that's what's mad.
Yeah, that's the thing. I was hoping for an hour, so.
Then what happened after that? What did you?
I talked with Aaron from Achilles. Yeah. And they didn't have anybody for a mobility impaired athlete. Yeah. So they were checking around and they hooked me up with this woman, Cindy. Yeah. Who happened to be a great guide for me for the first guide. And she helped me with stretching and just doing stuff with intervals and maintaining a decent pace for me. Yeah. And we ran the Rent, and then we ran Old Weathersfield. Yeah. And I was hooked. So I think it was one of the hot chocolate races. Yeah. It was a 5K. Michelle and I were there. We actually saw you. Oh, wow. I got into a 169 picture.
Around 169 times.
We got into that. Yeah. And it was funny because like everyone was like, "Come on, join the group, join the group." Yeah. It's like, okay. And I didn't see Michelle. Yeah. Michelle climbed up on one of the posts in the background to stand in the back to get the picture taller. Being the smallest one. Yeah. So Michelle was like, okay, I'm part of 169. And then same month, I did a turkey trot 10K. I met Mike. Yeah. Mike Feinberg.
Yes, shout out to Mike.
Yeah, Magic Mike. I always get PR with him. And Mike saw that I was running the 10K and he saw the Achilles shirt. Yeah. It was like, hey, I heard about your group. Yeah. And what do you have to do to become a guide?
Yeah.
And he ran the race with me.
Oh, wow.
Which was amazing because I was like, wait, this guy's giving up his own personal registration to help me. This is really cool.
That's great. He's a great guy.
Yeah, so it was another connection to Achilles in 169 and just great running group.
Yeah, let's talk about Achilles.
Yeah.
Tell us, for those people who don't know, let's tell us a little bit about it.
Okay, Achilles International.
Yep.
There's the international chapter that runs through New York, and then there's the Connecticut chapter, which I belong to.
Yeah.
The goal is to get disabled athletes to participate in mainstream sports.
Yeah.
So if you want to do equestrian, you want to horseback ride, you want to swim, water ski, snow ski, whatever, Achilles will help you do that.
That is great, yeah.
And they provide guides, people that go along with you to support you through the race. So for me, you've been my guide in many races, you know. It's about pacing and keeping me motivated so I keep moving.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what I need. There are people who are visually impaired, so they tether people together, so they help the athlete and they'll say, okay, we have a step coming up, and there's a step up in about 3 feet, 2 feet. Okay, step up now.
Yeah.
And they help them. They cannot, the rules are you cannot physically move the person.
Yeah.
So if my knees cramp up in a half marathon at mile 2, and I have to walk the rest of the 11 miles, you cannot pick me up and carry me for any of it.
Exactly.
You cannot say, hey, let's get a skateboard and I'll push you.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't work that way. You have to physically move yourself.
Exactly.
So people don't get that. They think, oh, the guide helps move you.
Yeah, no.
No.
That's good.
If the guide does that, the race doesn't count.
Yeah, it's a great organization.
Yeah.
Great organization.
So through Achilles, my early guides were the ones that helped me with nutrition and hydration. And then meeting other people like yourself, who you massively influenced my running.
Thank you.
It's picking your brain. What do you do? How did you do this? How did you move up? What are you eating? What are you drinking? How do you train for this? So it's getting ideas from other people and then putting into practice.
And we always have fun because I remember when we run to West Haven, people was like, what's your name? And then what's your name? And then you say, Adam. People like, that was a fun day.
Yeah, and it also was a blizzard.
Oh man, the memories like that you'll never forget.
Oh yeah, I remember I had to take off my glasses because the snow was so bad. I'm just gonna move over for the person.
Yeah, in April, it was tough. So.
And then I was walking and running in your footprints. I was looking down, like, okay, Adam stepped there, I'm stepping there.
That was a fun day.
Oh yeah, but it was ridiculous. The snow came out of nowhere.
Yes.
I remember, was it Rick is the race director? On your mark. Get set, bang, we start running, and then all of a sudden the sound disappears. We're like, wait a second. It was just there.
Exactly. So estimated, how many races do you think you have done?
About 160.
Ooh, so you've done a lot.
And I've crossed the finish line in every one.
That is great.
That's the amazing
the
thing.
most important thing.
Yeah. And
what's the longest distance you ran?
100 miles.
Tell us about that. How does someone run 100 miles?
When I first started running, the goal was a 5K. And I figured, I did one. I'm like, I could do it again. Because all the doctors, well, let me go back a little bit. I've had both of my knees replaced and revised.
Oh, wow.
So I've had 4 operations on each knee.
Wow.
Because of Crohn's, I have arthritis. It's a side effect. It's, osteoarthritis. And at 14, it was really bad. Before I was 16, I had both of my knees. At 18, and then again, at 19, I had another set of surgeries. When I was about, 35, I had both of my knees replaced.
Wow.
And then in 2011, I had one knee revised. In 2013, I had the other knee revised.
You went through a lot, man.
Yeah, I never ran before that. So getting to a 5K was monumental. And I was thrilled. I wasn't thinking of going further. But once I was able to get my 5K time under 30 minutes, and able to run a full 5K without stopping, I wanted a little more of a challenge. So I got involved with Glastonbury River Runners. And a couple of their members are Achilles guys. So they actually went out and ran with me. And Deb and her husband, Ed, helped me progress up to a 10K.
Yeah.
And the turkey trot that I did with Mike Feinberg was my first 10K.
Yeah.
And I did a couple of 10Ks and I was thrilled.
Yeah.
And you know, I wasn't thinking of doing anything further.
Yeah.
And river runners have a race called King of Pain. You know that one.
Yeah. Oh.
So,
it is a pain.
Yeah. So
tough race.
I figured I'll try doing that course. So
Yeah.
you know, I'd go out and walk it.
Yeah.
And when I felt comfortable walking it, I started running a little, and I could run the course.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if I can run the King of Pain, I could do a half.
Exactly. Oh yes. Absolutely.
So silly me looks for a cheap half marathon.
Uh-huh.
And what's after the King of Pain?
Colchester.
You got it. So what's my first half?
Another tough one.
I didn't know it was hilly.
Ooh.
I'm like,
so you started the 2 toughest courses in Connecticut.
Yeah, foolish me, I didn't know. So they have an early start time.
Uh-huh.
So I go to the early start.
Yeah.
And guess who's there?
Yeah.
Mike. And Mike's like, I'll run with you. I'm like, cool. So the assistant that helped us, he sends us, God only knows where on the course, because he's like, you start and you go here. No, you go here. No, you go here.
Rick Connor, he's an amazing guy.
No, but his assistant.
Oh, his assistant, okay.
Says, oh, you start here and you go here. No, you go here. No, you go here. We're all looking at each other like, where do we go?
Yeah, yeah.
No one knows where to watch out.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
No one knows where to go because they're not telling you, you know, the guy didn't know the course.
Yeah, yeah.
So we start early. We start running and we get lost. Mike had to call his wife, Jen, who sent us a picture of the course. We had to figure out where we were. We got back on the course. We had a half an hour head start. We got to mile 2 and got past.
Wow.
Because we went out of the way for so far. Yeah. We lost all that time. So my first half was really closer to like 14 and a half miles.
Oh my, tough race too.
Yeah. So we're getting mile 12 when you go up the hill at the end.
Yeah.
And I got nothing. And I'm like, Mike, if you want to run, go. I got nothing in the tank.
Yeah.
Mike's like, no, I'll stay with you. So Mike stayed with me through that.
Yeah.
And I ended up with like, I think it was 2 hours and 47 minutes.
That's still pretty good time.
It's good, but I was just like laughing, going, yeah.
For more than 13 miles on a
we did 14 and a half.
Yeah. Let's talk about your first marathon. Where was that?
New York City Marathon 2015.
Ooh, so you started a big one.
That was funny.
Yeah.
In 2015, we ran Reading.
Yeah.
I think you actually drove me to Reading that year.
Yes, we rode together. Yeah.
So I get back from Reading and I get a phone call from Chris Love.
Yeah.
And Chris Love's like,
shout out to Chris.
Yeah. Chris says to me, I've got one word for you. Boston. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, would you want to do an Achilles fundraiser if we can get into Boston? I'm like, if you can get me into Boston, yeah, I'll walk the thing if I have to. But I didn't realize, wait, I have to check with my wife because she worries about me.
Yeah.
So we talked and Debbie was like, one and done. I'm like, that's all I want, one and done. She's like, good, as long as you know it's one marathon, you're not doing it again. I'm like, you know how I do, I walk a lot. She's like, yeah. That's why I'm not so worried.
Yeah, so go ahead.
So Debbie was like, one and done.
Yeah.
So she thought, you know, one marathon and I never run another marathon. I was under that impression. I didn't know I'd be able to walk a marathon with no problem.
Yeah.
So we have our we have our plan for Boston.
Yeah.
So Chris calls Aaron. They start trying to call Boston. Boston is a bust. There's no way to get in Boston.
Yeah.
If you don't have a time, you can't get in.
Yeah.
Well, I can't get a time to get in.
Yeah.
Because the deal is one and done.
Yeah.
So Achilles New York has an in with the New York City Marathon.
Yes.
If you want in, you get in.
Yeah.
Now the caveat is there's only so many people per group. Well, I'm in the mobility impaired group.
Yeah.
And since there's very few of us in Connecticut, I got in.
Wow.
The wheelchair athletes are the ones who have to really, there's more of a lottery system because there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
And it's based on, okay, if, 20 people want it and they have 8 slots.
Yes.
Who gets it?
Exactly.
Mobility impaired, I forgot how many slots they had. There's 2 of us.
Yeah.
I think there was 4 or 5 slots, so I didn't have to worry. So we were in New York.
Yeah.
So we changed our plans to New York and we did a fundraiser for Achilles.
Yeah.
And then started training.
Yeah.
And I remember going, okay, I'm looking at nutrition plans and hydration plans and going, I can't eat the foods because I have Crohn's, what they're telling me.
Yeah.
The hydration, I can't drink what they're telling me because again, it's going to upset my stomach and I won't be able to move. So, and then the training plans are like speed work. I'm like, I can't do speed work with my knees.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Wow.
So I had to come up with my own nutrition, hydration plan.
Yeah.
My own plan for preparing for the marathon.
Yeah.
So I walked 3 to 4 days a week and then ran one day.
Yeah.
And when I ran, I did intervals.
Yeah.
So it was still walking.
Yes.
And I remember I had this big, huge mental hurdle getting from 14 to 15 miles.
Yeah.
I remember I'm at mile 13 and I'm running, I'm doing okay. And mile 14, okay, mile 14 and a half, I just died.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't get past that 14 and a half.
Yeah.
So I went out one day and I walked 18 miles.
Yeah.
And the next time I ran, I got to 16.
Whew.
So I was like, okay, so if I walk it beforehand, I'll be more prepared.
Yeah.
We can just go straight. I'll be more prepared.
Good morning.
Morning.
That's what I did. Every time I had that distance.
Yes, it's just.
I just walked it and then I ran it.
Yeah.
So Chris and I trained.
And this guy walks fast, guys.
When I get going, I can do 11-minute miles.
I remember when I was guiding you in Simsbury, and you say
Iron Horse. Yeah.
Iron Horse, yes. And you said we're gonna do a run and walk. Your walking was so fast. I was running with you, and you was walking.
Well, I was gonna mention that in New York.
Yeah.
So we trained up to 22 miles.
Yeah.
And the marathon was November 1st.
Yeah.
So we get to Verrazano Bridge.
Yeah.
It's freezing cold.
Yeah.
We fortunately have a tent for the Achilles athletes.
Yeah.
So we're warm.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm getting ready. I have throwaway sweatpants. I bought them, they're dirt cheap.
Yeah.
And the elite athletes are up on the bridge.
Yeah.
And they're getting ready. And you see stuff being thrown over and you're going, that's worth $200, that's worth $300.
Yeah.
All the cheap throwaway stuff.
Yeah.
Stuff they're throwing away. And I'm like, oh my God, can I get one of those? You know, that jacket you just threw is $200.
Yeah.
That'll keep me warm the whole race.
Exactly.
So it was a beautiful day.
Yeah.
It really never got sunny. And that helped because we weren't sweating to death.
That's good.
So I said, let's just start in the back. You know, it doesn't matter when we hit the mat because it's, you know, our time starts when we hit the mat.
Yeah.
Let everybody get in front of us. I don't want to be in that mess.
Yes.
And we started near the back. And it was like, if you want to know what the end of the world feels like, get in the back. No one's on the bridge.
Yeah.
When you talk, it echoes.
Yeah.
When you look around, there's no one around. It is really weird because you're in New York and you're going, this would be jam-packed with people, cars, there'd be traffic. It's just nothing.
Yeah, New York City.
And the first 2 or 3 miles, there's not many fans.
Yeah.
And then it opens up and it's unbelievable.
Everybody,
the energy.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God. And Chris and I tape our names onto our shirt.
Yeah.
We had a third guy, Peter, who didn't put his name on his shirt.
Yeah.
So we hit the crowds at mile 3.
Yeah.
Go Chris, go Adam, go other guy.
Yeah.
So we joked around and called Peter the other guy. That's what everyone said because there's no name on his shirt. I walked through every aid station.
Yeah.
Got Gatorade and water.
Yeah.
Made sure I was hydrated because the sun wasn't out, but it was still warm.
Yes.
A lot of people waited till like mile 11 or 12 or 13.
Yeah.
And they cramped up.
Wow. Yeah.
That year there was a lot of people who tapped out because they weren't prepared because they waited too long to get hydrated.
Yeah. Can't do that.
Yeah. So when I was running, I was doing a 5-1 interval.
Yeah.
And at first, the first half of the race, Chris was taking the lead with me. And Peter was following. Yeah. Just to make sure people weren't on top of me.
Yeah, exactly.
The second half, they switched.
Yeah.
So my goal was 6 hours.
Yeah.
So we're going.
Yeah.
And you know, it's mile 4, 5, 6, 7. They're whispering, and I don't know what they're saying. And I'm like, if they're whispering, that can't be a good thing.
Yeah.
So we hit mile 13.
Yeah.
And Chris turns and says, damn, your split term was dead on. There are people who train their whole life, they can't do this.
Yeah.
what the hell? The day of your first marathon, your miles were almost the same pace every mile.
Exactly.
How?
Yeah.
And Peter's like, he's not gonna be able to keep it up. He's going too fast. He's gonna burn himself out.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, Chris taught me.
Yeah.
The race doesn't start until mile 20.
That's true.
The last 6.2,
yeah,
that makes a breakthrough.
Last 10K is the top. Yeah. So
we were going and going and going.
Yeah.
And they're whispering again, it's mile 18. And I know what they're saying. Because I've been paying attention to that whispering. We can't keep this up.
Yeah.
And the sun comes out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah.
You're gonna come out of mile 18, you're gonna start making me sweat more. We ran for about a mile and I'm like, can't the sun just go away? And then a cloud went right in front of the sun.
Oh, boy.
I was like, thank you. So we hit mile 20.
Yeah.
And I think that's when I passed Alicia Keys.
Yeah.
And I didn't even realize it. People were cheering.
Yeah.
And Chris was like, did you see that? I'm like, see what? That's how focused I was on my running.
Yeah.
They're like, you just passed Alicia Keys. I'm like, oh, cool, okay. And the last, 6.2 miles.
Yeah.
Just keeping the same pace.
Yeah.
It was around mile 24 when I started feeling it.
Yeah.
And it was funny, at mile 20, they were talking and saying my running pace was getting slower. But when they would let me walk, they couldn't keep up with me. They were like, let him walk.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? They're like, when you walk, we can't keep up with you. We have to run.
Yeah.
So what we were doing is we're letting you walk, and then we're gonna catch you when you run because you're running slower.
Yeah.
And everybody was like looking at the guides going, you know, your guy is walking faster than most runners.
Yeah.
They were like, it was amazing how your pace was so fast.
Yeah.
Mile 20 through 26 in the walk.
Yeah.
Where the runners were all commenting, what the hell? Are you sure he's walking? Because they were like, he's walking, but we couldn't keep up with him.
Yeah, yeah. Let's talk about the benefit of the interval.
For the benefit of the interval, for me, it is that you're less wear and tear on your body. You're giving yourself that break. But when you walk, you can't do a slow walk.
Yeah.
So if you're used to, say, running a 8-minute mile.
Yeah.
And you use interval.
Yeah.
If you start walking a 20-minute mile, you're just giving up time.
Yes.
So it's not to necessarily say, oh, we're just going to take a break, but it's to allow your body to have that break.
Yes.
So you have to pick a pace that's good for you. You
Yeah.
can still breathe and talk.
Yeah.
It's not, okay, I'm going to start walking and looking around and taking pictures.
Yeah.
But it's, my body can still recover.
Yeah.
I've got a good pace going.
Yeah.
So if you're walking a 13 and a half or 14-minute mile, or that minute or whatever, your body is recouping.
Yeah.
And then when you're ready to run, you're fresh.
Yeah.
And you're able to go longer distances.
Yeah.
And your recovery time is less.
Yes. Yes.
So
yeah.
I found for me the best interval is either a 1-minute run, 30-second walk, or 30-second run, 30-second walk.
That's good.
So with a 30-second run, 30-second walk, a lot of people don't like it because they feel that they're just getting into the run, and then they're walking, and then they're just getting into the run, and then they're walking.
Yeah.
I like it because, again, you can go faster for a short distance.
Yeah.
But your body can maintain that longer. When I ran my 100K, I did a 30-30.
Yeah.
And I got to mile 56 before I had to do more walking than running.
Wow.
And people were like, at the beginning, making fun of me going, what the hell is he doing? He's sprinting, he's walking, he's sprinting, he's walking. Is this guy a sprinter or is he a distance athlete?
Yeah.
Everybody made fun of me and they were all cracking jokes.
Yeah.
When I was at mile 45, they were at mile 28.
Yeah.
And they're like, man, we should have followed you. We're gonna make a left here.
Yeah.
So people were like, why do you interval? I'm like, you see, you keep your legs fresh.
Exactly, exactly.
You want to pound your body through 100K, 62 miles. My body would be dead at mile 33.
Yeah, yeah.
So
what's the toughest race you have done?
The toughest race for me was probably, it's the one who the Fleisher House sponsors, the half.
Yeah.
God, I cannot remember the name of the race.
Yeah.
I'm going blank on the name of the race.
Yeah, it's all right. Look up. Yeah.
But the Fisher House sponsors it. It's in the summer. It's a half marathon.
Oh, you're talking about Bristol half?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, it's not for what you think.
Yeah.
One year when I did it, I was feeling good. The race starts.
Yeah.
And I don't know what hit. I don't know if it was Crohn's, if it was arthritis, but I had a flare-up within the first half mile.
Wow.
And I had to walk almost the whole race. Oh, but I was in agonizing pain for the entire race.
Yeah.
So I couldn't eat anything or drink anything because it ran right through me.
Yeah. Wow.
So I had to do about 13 miles of walking.
Especially 7 of them are hill.
Yeah, and you know, when you first start off, it's all downhill.
Yeah, but then...
And I got the half mile in, and that was it. I couldn't run. I could barely walk, and I'm like, I didn't know then it was, you know, a flare-up.
Yeah.
But I walked the whole race.
Yeah.
And finished that race. That was the toughest one because I didn't know what to do.
Yeah. What's your favorite half marathon in Connecticut?
Oh, God.
it's a lot of good ones. And you have done a lot of them.
I've done a lot of them.
Yeah.
I'm going to say for the camaraderie, for the price, what you get out of it and everything, Colchester.
Totally agree.
Colchester has to be my favorite. Race director's incredible.
Rick Connon, shout out to Rick.
He is incredible.
Yes,
one
amazing
year
guy.
we paid for myself and Michelle to run, and Michelle had a chess tournament and couldn't run. And Rick's like, I'll return your money. Yeah. I'm like, your race is $14.
Yeah.
The money goes to a good cause.
Yeah.
Keep it. He's like, no, you get a free entry. I'm like, no, keep the money.
Yeah.
I mean, he is so accommodating, but I mean, they do the food afterwards. The spread is incredible.
You get a full dinner.
You know.
You get a full dinner.
They started doing shirts. It's an extra fee, and I have no problem with that because the race.
Yes,
I love his.
It costs money.
No, but I love his philosophy.
Yes.
Keep it cheap. Keep it simple.
Yeah.
Let everybody run. So I love his philosophy when it comes to running. If you can't afford it, just come out and run. We'll let you run.
He actually put that in the email, exactly. Yeah.
Right, and I'm like, that's a race director.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, thinking about the running community, is a runner himself.
Yeah.
So I would have to go with Colchester because it's just, when you go there, everybody's excited. It's like the first half of the year.
Yeah.
It's early on. You never know what the weather's going to bring.
Yeah, exactly. Never know. February, some years is windy, cold, some years nice.
One of the years I carried a flag for a fallen soldier.
Yes.
And I had so many people come up and tell me they were ex-military and ran with me.
Yeah.
And it was really cool because it was like, I never realized how many people there have a connection. And it was just
that's
really cool. The funny thing was hearing the people, you can't let the guy with the flag beat you. That was the funny line right here. Because everybody was like, how did I lose to the guy with the flag?
So this is a fun question. Let's say you're running a marathon and it's mandatory to listen to music. You can't say no, but you only have to listen one song for the entire race. What song will that be?
Easily. LL Cool J, Mama Say Knock You Out.
Mama Say Knock You Out. That's a good one.
It is the motivation song. It was his song when every critic thought he was done with his career.
Yeah.
He had his first record, I'm dating myself here, was a huge success. I think it was either his second record or his third record was this massive flop.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, you see, he's a one-hit wonder.
Yeah, no, he's been in the game so long.
And he came back with that song.
Yeah.
And that is my hype song. That's my motivation song.
That's a good one to go.
Yeah, when I'm running and I got nothing in the tank, that's what I put on.
That's a good way to go.
Yeah.
All right, the next question is, what's your plan once the pandemic's over, race-wise?
I don't have plans race-wise.
Yeah.
My new thing is, and I started it when I started training for my 100 miles, is a social movement. I have hashtag Run with Adam.
Yeah.
So when you're running, being active, whatever you do, when you're active, you use the hashtag Run with Adam.
Yeah.
And I'm showing what a disabled athlete can accomplish.
Exactly.
And my goals now are to help others achieve their goals.
Yeah.
So like, I have a friend, Shannon.
Yeah.
Not this year, but the 2 years previous.
Yeah.
So not in 20, but in 18 and 19.
Yeah.
I ran with her during Hartford.
Yeah.
She wanted a sub 2 hour half marathon.
Yeah.
And we went out and ran, and I got our 1:59.16.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Her previous best was like a 2:14.
Ooh.
So
that's a big difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then in 19, she ran her first marathon.
Yeah.
And she wanted sub 4 hours and 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And I got her 4:43.
That is, whew, that's pretty good.
Yeah, so my goal is to help others achieve their goals. It's not about me now.
Yeah.
I've gotten what I want.
Yeah.
If tomorrow I could never run again,
yeah,
I would have no regrets.
Yes.
Because
you've done it all.
Well, I did what I thought I could do, and then so much more. So my thing,
help with the other people.
Is give back. The running community gives back. They've given so much to me. Yeah. Now it's my turn to give back.
That's an amazing goal, man.
So like, when GR has the races, a lot of times you'll see me, you know, at same day registration and talking to people. Yeah. And pumping them up. Yeah. And then being at the finish line. Yeah. I've already done those races. Yeah. That's great. Now it's to give back, to get those people who haven't achieved their goals, to get them out there doing what they need to do. Yeah. That is good. And then eventually, when enough people get vaccinated, we'll do the training groups, and I'll be back with the training groups. Yes. And training new runners. That's good. All right, so the next question is, what element of becoming a runner has the most impact on you? I'm not 100% sure with that one. There's so many different ones. Yeah. I think people forget to train their body. Yeah. So like training their core. Yeah. And doing other exercises. So it's teaching you the discipline of thinking beyond the obvious. Yeah. So like people think, oh, I go out and run. Yeah. You know, if I drink water, if I eat the right foods and I do some breathing techniques, that's the end of it. Yeah. But if you don't do like balance work and core work, that stability, it's going to impact you. Yeah. So I think it's becoming more disciplined and looking at bigger picture. Yeah. Yeah. All right. How about trails? Oh, I love trails. Unfortunately, with Crohn's, I have to be more where I know where the bathrooms are. Yes. But I love trail running. Yeah. You did some trail races too, right? Oh, yeah, I've done trail races. My 100K was a trail race. Whew! Yeah. Where was that? Western Mass. Oh, wow. Chesterfield Gorge. Yeah. I was the first disabled athlete to do the 100K. Wow. So I hold the record for the fastest disabled athlete time. That is great. It was, I think it was like, what was it? 7.75 miles out and 7.75 miles back. Whew. And one out and back was 1,000 feet of elevation. Oh my God. And people were like, oh, it's, you know, there's some rocks at the beginning of the trail and at the end. Oh, that was a lie. Of the 7.75 miles, it was easily 6 miles of rocky terrain with roots. Yeah. And early in the morning, it was nice because you have some shade. Yeah. But once the sun came up, it was very difficult to tell what was a shadow and what wasn't. Yeah. So there was a lot of times where I wouldn't lift my foot up high enough and catch like a root or a rock. Yeah. And trip. Yeah. And that's why I said balance is key. Yes. At one point, my right foot hit a root and it threw me to the right. Ooh. So I had to jump up and I landed on my right foot. Oh, and I was bouncing on the edge of the trail. Wow. And I was just holding like a semi-Superman pose. And if I would have leaned a little to my right, I would have ended up in the river. Ooh, that wouldn't be fun. No, but you know, but it was a fun race. Yeah. I would not do that race again just because of the impact on my knees. Yeah, I hear you. Yep. And the implants that I have. Yeah, exactly. But I was happy I did it. You did, yeah. Mike and I did Macedonia, 7.25 miles. Yeah. And that was a great race. And where's that? It's in Kent. Okay. And beautiful part of the state. It's beautiful. We were in the mountains and it's up and down. Yeah. Oh, you know, you're on rocks and you're going, okay, I got to get down there. How do I do that without having to jump? And I have to lower myself slowly. Yeah. Everybody was laughing at me. And then when they saw me get down, they were like, actually, that's a great way without jumping and injuring yourself. So I'm like, yeah, you made fun of me, but you see, it still works. Yeah. But it was just beautiful scenery. Yeah. We took our time. In one part, there's a part where you have to pull yourself up on a rope to get to the next level. And that was, for me, a little scary for the fact, you know, if you can't get up the rope, you can't continue the race.
Exactly.
So I was like, okay, once I get this part, I got the race. And I got up there, did it, and Mike was right behind me. He did it, and we're like, okay, let's keep going.
All right. So, what do you do food-wise to prepare, especially with your health? The day before the race, big race, or during the race?
It's actually the week before. It's to make sure that I'm hydrating properly. To make sure that my body's actually absorbing the fluids. So I have to be very cautious because I could drink 20 ounces of water and it could run through me in 5 minutes, or it could stay in my body. So I have to be aware of what it's doing. And then food-wise, I have a very specific diet that I have to follow. So there's one brand of pasta I can eat. And then I get a boneless, skinless chicken, a little olive oil, a little salt, cook it up, throw it in the pasta with some oil, olive oil, maybe some vegan cheese, a couple slices of gluten-free bread. So you get your carbs and your proteins. Breakfast is mainly just it's a gluten-free bagel with soy cream cheese. And I do plant-based Ensure. So it's mixing vanilla and chocolate, getting in the proteins and the carbs.
All right, that's good. What about during the race?
I bring my own food.
All right.
I can't rely on race directors' foods because they'll say to me, oh, it's gluten-free. And then I get there and it's, you know, wheat bread. I'm like, that's not gluten-free. So I'll make some chicken. Maybe I'll cheat a little and do a little bit of granola. Certain types of breads I bring with me. Certain types of chips. I can drink noon. So I carry my own water in the hydration pack, and I'll bring noon tablets. And for some reason, I don't know why I can, goo. My body doesn't have a problem with goo. Of all things, you figure that would be like the no-no. But my body doesn't reject it, and I don't have pain from it. It doesn't cause GI distress.
Well, that's good.
So my favorite flavor is lemonade Roctane.
All right, so tell us about the running community, Anna.
I love the running community. The running community, especially throughout the state, not just, you know, my backyard, it's Glastonbury River Runners. They're a great support. But just going places and meeting people, it's just amazing how people help each other out. It's like no other sport, you know. When you go into other sports, it's all about competing and winning. And this isn't about competing and winning necessarily. It's about bettering yourself.
Helping each other.
And I just love it because, like, I've been in races where when I walk, people are coming up, are you okay? What do you need? How can I help you? You know, and then when they find out, you know, my background, and I see people again, and they're like, oh my God, that's the guy. It's funny, when Debbie worked at Sound Runner, people would come in and be like, there's this runner, he's a disabled athlete, oh my God, he's inspirational, and he was out there running, and I was trying to keep up with him, where I passed him, and Debbie's like, wait, the bald guy with the glasses?
I know him.
How do you know him? She's like, that's my husband. And everybody's like, what? And they're like, oh my God. And you know, it's just funny because she's like, oh my God, in Connecticut, everyone knows who you are. And I'm like, well, if you run, there's one of me. But it's just amazing because I'll be out in a race and, you know, people will be like, how you feeling this morning? You know, and just talk with you and encourage you and keep you moving and motivate you. And it's like, this is great. As I said, other sports, it's I have to beat you, I have to be better.
All competition,
and this is like, we all help each other out. And I've done it at races. When I did one of the Shoreline Sharks races, I think it was Hampton Hills. The summer one.
I didn't do that, but I heard that's a tough one.
Oh, it's a tough one, but also during the year, you just sweat to death. So I was intervaling, and there was this woman who was running, and we basically had the same pace. And I just started talking with her, and it's like, do you mind if we run together, so like motivate each other? And she's like, thank you, because it's hot, and I don't have anybody to talk with. And at mile 10, she was dehydrating. And there's no more water on the course. Everybody drank everything. people were bringing out garden hoses, but hot garden hose water is not what you want. So at mile 11, she's like, just leave me, go. And I'm like, what was our deal? She's like, well, we're gonna run together. I'm like, I can't leave you on the course.
So we're in this together.
We're in this together.
Yeah.
And we got to the end, her husband was there, and we were just pumping fluids into her. And she was like, if you were not with me, I would have passed out on the course and no one would have known.
Yeah.
And I said, that's the reason we do this. We're in it together.
Yeah.
We make a plan, we stick to it, we don't leave anybody behind.
Exactly.
And her husband was appreciative. And, you know, she was like, but you had such a great time going and you were going to PR. And I'm like, it doesn't matter. I'll PR some other day.
Exactly. There's always another day to PR. Yeah.
Right. It just, I would have felt so guilty if I would have found out something happened to her.
Yeah.
And I don't remember the person's name, but it's just, you know, I've had so many people help me out. When I can help others, that's what you do.
That's true. That's true. Distance-wise, if you had the choice to race, what's your favorite distance to race?
You're gonna think I'm crazy. 100.
Oh my God.
My body right now cannot do it.
Yeah.
But if I could do a race and my body would agree, I would love to do another.
Yeah.
Debbie said, if I do another, I'm on my own.
Exactly.
She loved doing it, planning it.
Yeah.
But she's like, I don't want to do that again. And I can't blame her.
Yeah, yeah.
But no, there's no 100 in my future.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if my body can take it. And I don't want to put my body through wear and tear and say, okay, I did one more, but I can never run again.
Yeah, definitely, let's talk about shoes.
Okay, shoes. Unfortunately, for someone in my position, if I'm doing distance, there's only one shoe I can wear.
Okay.
And it's the Hoka 1-1 Bondi.
Yeah.
So I'm in the Model 7.
Yeah.
I've been in their shoes since Model 2.
Yeah.
The most miles I've done in a year was 5,228.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was 2017.
Yeah.
And I went through like 11 or 12 pairs of shoes. Yeah, Debbie joked around and said, I'm working to keep you in shoes. The rep for Hoka actually gifted me a pair.
Okay.
So yeah, there were
a lot of shoes.
Yeah. If I'm running a 5K, I can basically wear any shoe.
Yeah.
But once I get after that, there's only one.
Okay.
There is a guy who I met online through Instagram.
Yeah.
Who's starting his own shoe company.
Uh-huh.
And supposedly his shoes are, you know, going to be cushiony support.
Yeah.
And he's tested with people who have knee and hip and ankle issues.
Yeah.
And so far everybody's reporting, you know, great feedback from it.
Yeah.
So they're starting, I think it's October, they're going to put out their shoe.
Oh, right. What's the name?
It's called Han, H-A-N-N, Han Shoes.
Yeah.
They're doing a Kickstart right now.
Oh, okay.
So $300 pair of carbon fiber shoes.
Yep.
$99.
Wow.
So I got in the Kickstarter yesterday.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to that, because if that actually works, the whole idea is it's not foam.
Yeah.
What you're running on is carbon fiber.
Yeah.
So it has some give.
Yeah.
And it doesn't break down.
Oh, wow.
So he actually got 800 miles out of one of his shoes.
Yeah.
And the reason he had to stop running in it is the side where his pinky toe was ripped open.
Wow.
So the soles didn't give out.
Yeah.
The carbon fiber didn't give out.
Yeah.
It was the actual shoe that ripped.
Wow.
So I did the Kickstart yesterday, so I'm looking forward to trying that.
That's good. That's great.
Yeah, because if that works, it gives me another option.
Yeah, yeah.
I love the Bondis, but when you go for 100 miles, you need 3 pairs.
Yeah.
You have to switch out the shoes, because if not, you know, the foam starts compressing when you run, and then it starts, you feel it in your knees, for me.
Yeah.
So I had a cycle, so I went about 33, 34, 35 miles, depending on where I was, and switched the shoes.
Yeah. All right, out of the 169 towns, how many have you covered so far race-wise?
The last time I checked, it was 70.
All right.
My thing is, I'm looking for unique experiences.
Yeah,
so I'm not rushing to do all the towns.
Exactly.
Because, you know, I could say, okay, you know, this year I'm going to do towns and run on Sunday or Saturday, Sunday, and pick up the 5Ks and pick up a lot of towns.
Yeah.
But all I'm doing are 5Ks.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. If you want to do that, it's beautiful. That's your thing.
Everybody has different
goals.
Yeah.
My thing is I'm looking for that unique race experience.
I hear you.
So like, one year, I keep bringing this person up, Mike Weinberg.
Yeah.
He looked for the unique experience. He said, why don't we do the Eastern States 20 miler?
Yeah.
It's the race everyone prepares for Boston.
Yeah, yeah.
You run through 3 states.
Yeah.
That was something like, okay, let's do that.
Yeah.
You know, let's find something that's different.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been doing. Also for me, you know, when I first started running, it was about the towns and the races.
Yeah.
And then it started to be about more of just going out and being one with nature.
Yes.
And then it expanded to let's help others.
Yes.
So that's where I'm at. So
Evolving is important. Yeah.
Right. I look at it, you know, if it takes me another 15, 20 years to complete all the towns,
exactly.
The towns aren't going anywhere.
Yeah, that's true. Well, you know, I have done over close to 500, if not more. And I still got 7 towns left because I love to repeat so many races that I love. So.
Right, I mean, like Colchester, I've done the half marathon, I've done it 5 times.
Yeah, there's some races that you have to repeat, like
right.
Norfolk 10 miles, another one.
Right, People's Forest.
Yes,
in January when it's freezing cold.
Yeah.
Tradition run.
Hogsback, you know, there's so many great races that you just have to repeat. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what but like Hogsback is unique because you know, you have Hartford Track Club.
Yes.
You have the weather there again could be unpredictable.
They do
it could be
amazing
really warm.
work.
It could be really cold.
Yeah.
It's beautiful scenery.
Oh my God.
Part of the race is the People's Forest.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like you get everything in that one. So yeah.
Yeah. All right. So repeat your hashtag.
Hashtag run with Adam.
Yes, run with Adam. I'm gonna put that in the video too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we want to get people involved in it to show what disabled athlete can do.
Yeah.
If you go on to Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter, if you look up the hashtag run with Adam,
it's there.
You can see what other people have posted.
Yeah.
I'm just appreciative of everybody getting involved.
Yeah.
When I did my 100 miler, I actually had someone from Australia running with me and use the hashtag run with Adam.
Wow.
So that was really cool.
That's what running is all about. Right. It's just that connection that we built.
Oh, the hashtag.
Yes,
so I had a person from Australia running with me. I had a person from England running with me all over the US. It was really cool because that, you know, leading up to the 100 miler, I got the movement going. Yeah. And I was going to be like, okay, you know, my 100 miles done. Let's just get rid of the hashtag. And then all these other autoimmunes came out. Yeah. And I didn't realize I was running with so much inside of me that could limit me. Yeah. And I'm still trying to keep active and encourage other people to be active. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to keep this going. Exactly. That's good. So, recently, keep moving. Yeah, recently I had, I forgot what country. It was either, I think it was Thailand. Yeah. Someone used the hashtag run with Adam, and I have no idea who the people are. That's good. They got connected somehow through social media. You know, that's a great thing about social media. Right, they ran a 10K and then posted hashtag run with Adam. I'm like, you know, and it was like a week ago, and I'm like thinking, okay, I don't know these people. I don't have them on a friend list. Yeah. But they knew someone who used the hashtag, so they saw it and saw me and did the run with Adam, which I thought was amazing because now it's going worldwide. That is great, man. Yeah. That is great. Yeah, we're gonna keep posting that run with Adam. There you go. How many times have you done Hartford Marathon? Every year since 2014. Wow. Yeah. I haven't signed up for this year. Yeah. Just because I want to see how the COVID vaccine impacts me before. Yeah. Sure. Because I'm the unknown group because of my autoimmunes. Yes. Yeah. So once I take it, if it's all safe, then I can start thinking about signing up for it. Yeah. I just don't want to do it too quickly and then not be able to do it, because that would be a big letdown.
Yeah. Let's talk about after long distance running. What do you do for recovery?
Most people after they run, they stretch. I really don't stretch. My thing is icing my knees.
Yeah.
Take a long hot shower.
Yeah.
And then it's a lot of hydration and protein and carbs.
All right.
You know, and maybe sleep for a couple of hours.
Yeah. That's good.
Oh, and get one of the rollers to roll out the muscles.
Yeah.
Because if not, then yeah, if they cramp up on you, ooh, that's not fun.
Yeah. You probably run all these streets when you did that 100 miles.
Oh yeah. Part of what we did was one of my loops.
Yeah, I remember that.
I did that at 10 o'clock at night. I can actually tell you with Lowly.
Yeah. What time did you start that day?
3 in the morning on the 13th.
Wow. And then what time did you finish?
7:38.
My God, it's a long, long day.
Yeah, 27 hours.
Yeah.
38 minutes, 31 seconds. Yeah, I know the time.
That's a lot of hours.
Yeah, that includes all my rest breaks, eating, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never stopped the timer. Just kept it going.
Kept going. So let me ask you about the weather-wise. What's your favorite time of the year to run and why?
Probably be springtime. It's not too hot, it's not too cold.
Yeah.
With Raynaud's, I have to worry about being out in the really cold weather because my hands and feet go numb real quick.
Yeah, yeah.
They turn purple or white.
Yeah.
I lose feeling.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I have to be really cautious.
Yeah.
And then in the summer when it's really hot, it impacts my vertigo.
Yeah.
So I have to be cautious about that. So spring is like spring, and then like probably around September.
Yeah.
Again, the weather is turning. It's not hot. It's not super cold.
Yeah.
So those would be my two favorite times to run.
Well, thank you. Thank you for doing this. And it was an amazing to run and walk with you. And tell us about that hashtag one more time.
Hashtag run with Adam.
Yes, there you go.